Code it. Hi, John. Can you take a look at natural gas? Blimey, I haven't looked at that chart in a long time. Commodities, energies, gas. Yeah, what are you looking to do with it, Code it? Are you looking to be a buyer, seller? Are you looking at anything seasonal? Let's have a little look at the seasonal analysis first. Buy to 3,000. We go to the daily chart. What are you basing that analysis off, if you don't mind me asking? It looks very bearish here at the moment. I'm just looking at that from a technical point, though. I haven't done any fundamentals into natural gas for a while, to be honest. Let me get the futures seasonality report up. Let's see if that gives us any kind of insight. I mean, if I'm a natural gas seller or buyer, that's where I'd want price to be at. Okay, let's just discuss this for a minute. So the red line is the commercials, I believe. Green line is non-coms. At the moment, we're obviously seeing price move to the downside. That's why the non-commercials are selling, because they are trend followers, essentially. So you'll see that when price, let me just grab a different color here. When price moves higher, this graph down here will move higher as well, because they are trend followers, right? Price is moving to the downside. We can see there's actually quite aggressive selling coming in at the moment. Now, what I would be looking for if I wanted to be a buyer of natural gas, yes, you may code it if you're looking to buy maybe on the short term, for a short term move, like you said, back to that sort of 3,000 level, so somewhere around those highs maybe, then that's absolutely what could happen. What I'm seeing from the COT reports at the moment is there's a lot of commercial buying, which is something that you do want to see. But what you want to see when you're looking at COT reports is something coming into an extreme. Now, I can see there's a high here, right? Now, that kind of coincides with this low that formed around about that 2,000 area that you was talking about. For me, if I wanted to be quite a big buyer of natural gas, that is where I would want to be buying natural gas from. It's a low, okay, a good swing low. It would probably at that point reach an extreme on the COT reports, probably be around about 160,000 contracts, probably be at an extreme on the non-coms as well, by the looks of it. I'd be looking more for a major swing level. Like I said, though, it doesn't mean that obviously you're not going to get that buying coming in place, because the market doesn't move in a straight line, right? You get those sort of moves like this, for instance. But yeah, that's what I would personally be looking for. Is I would be looking at natural gas. I'd be looking at my COT reports, especially when it comes to commodities like that. I'd be looking at these swing lows down here, and I'd be looking to see if a COT gets to an extreme point at that in that area. I've just looked at the seasonality as well. So again, it's just about building a picture, build a picture of what could potentially happen to that market. It's always understanding why do you want to be in that market, okay? Always understand your why. I can see here seasonally, now this is updated to 2022, so you've got a 20-year average here. And you can see that there was a high that formed in December. Usually a high forms at the sort of end of November. And through December, natural gas usually does decline. We actually usually find a low in February or March. Okay, so again, when you're looking at seasonals, you don't want to look at what's happening here and here. You want to look at the turning points. When do we usually see a high? When do we usually see a low? And that to me suggests that with that COT information as well, plus your seasonals, does that mean that there's a potential for price to actually move a little bit lower? Especially if you go look at that chart. Let me bring that chart back in. Sorry. This is the start of November. We've actually had quite a bearish turn in there, and the market's kind of trading a bit lower. So is it following seasonals to the exact? Not really. We should have seen the bearishness really take a hold at the sort of end of November if it was going to follow that seasonal pattern exact. And seasonals aren't perfect. They're an average of 20 years. So that to me looks quite a bearish picture at the moment. If I was to see aggressive buying coming in, then I'd need to see like higher highs being made. There's quite an aggressive sort of bearish trend here at the moment. So that would be my only sort of concern, is that if you are at an area of support, have you seen aggressive buying coming in? I don't think we have really. That's just in my opinion though. I would feel more comfortable if price was, here in line with them COT reports and the potential seasonal.